What's up, my people, my people? Welcome to the Red Light Special Live. I'm your host, Yamina LaJean. What it do, what it do. It's a Wednesday night. You know, Wednesday is hump day. Let me fix my camera. You know, I gotta fix my stuff because my camera is kind of like a little off. So I just want to make sure. There we go. There we go. There we go. You know, keeping it cute. Yes, y'all, it's Wednesday. It's been cold. You know what I mean? It's winter. Everybody's getting ready for, you know, Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. So, yeah, welcome to the Red Light Special Live. Let me bring in my host, Mr. Ghetto Solelo himself, Apollo Sadiq. What's up, boo?
What's up? What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing today, Yamina?
We're doing good. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just over here. I actually just got home, running around, doing stuff, taking care of business, things like that, sipping on my juice.
Yes, we're always sipping on the juice or two. Juice
Juice is like my thing. You know, I like me some juice. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink how I used to drink juice. Okay, I used to just be drinking what you call it? I'm just drinking water right now. Like water is like the thing. What about
wrong with water?
Let me grab this. You drink a lot of water? I drink a lot of water. I feel like my skin.
It's crazy. I drink a lot of water, so I know I'm blessed to have good skin because I really don't drink a lot of water at all. Like sometimes I'll be like, "Bitch, did you have any water this week?" Like,
yeah, I'm making sure I'm drinking water. So let's get into it, right? Uh-oh. What's going on? Something's happening. Let me start this. Let me fix this.
I'm still here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I just can't see you.
Something's going on with the internet. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see. No, this is not the business right now. I got my cat over here messing with stuff.
She done Trixie done unplugged you. Lord, look at that.
Plug it back or select. Let's see if this will work. Press Command E. It says, what the hell happens to me? Okay. I don't know what this girl did. Let me see if I go back on Wi-Fi. Let's see. Oh, child. I don't know. So you can still hear me while I try to get my video back up.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, so we got this Joe Biden situation. You know, like a lot of people voted for him because he was using you know, student loans and all that stuff to get his, you know, to get him in office. And so now he just released this thing where everybody got to start paying their money back in February. So I just feel like this thing is just a, you know what I mean? You know, politicians, all they do is use a story to get the people to follow them, and then it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any school loans?
No. this what I feel. I feel he came in thinking that he was gonna be able to do that. And when they really crunched the numbers and did the budget, it's like, because he did forgive people with student loans. He has done that. It's just everybody hasn't gotten.
Right.
So he has did his promise, but he never promised that everybody. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what he said campaign trail, but I know that he never said you. Oh, I see you back on. He, as far as I know, he never said that he would do it for everyone. He just said that he would try to do that.
Right.
But as we know, and people don't know because they don't know how government really works. They assume just because you're president, that's why people always try to get on Obama, and then they say executive order and all this other stuff. Bitch, please. There's only so many executive orders you can executive. Really, realistically. So sometimes you got to say, hey, at least we painted three of the toenails.
Mm-hmm.
You might have seven that's not, but at least three of them been painted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
People don't look deeper, and then too, it's only been a year, and it hasn't been a year yet. People act like they want you to come in within the first 6 months, and they want to see drastic change because people are impatient.
Right.
Now, we 3 years in, I'm not even 2 years in, and I see certain things are happening, then I'm gonna start feeling a different type of way. But people act like we haven't had and still do a billion other things that are going on other than the student debt that you collected over the years.
Right.
And still didn't go in your field once you graduated or didn't even finish college. There's a lot of people out here that didn't even finish college and they got student loans, but you didn't even finish the task. And you want somebody to forgive that shit.
You know what? I was at least hoping that he was going to extend this shit at least some more months. But you know,
I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the future, but I feel like there's other things. There's so many other things that need to be done versus back pay. There's things that need to be done right now. Bitches is dying and starving right now.
Right.
These are people that they could never even accumulate a debt with a college because they can't even get out of high school. So in my mind, I feel those are a lot more important than some debt that you accumulated however many years ago.
Right.
Not saying it's not important, but we all knew when we signed up for these student loans that we was going to have to pay it back at some point. That's a lot different than the child that's out there. They didn't sign up to be struggling and starving or not to have good education. If anything, those are the things you went and got a good education. You were able to go. You might have got a loan, but you were able to go. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I feel like things are just entitled. Then now you're going to throw the whole president away because he didn't clear your debt.
Right.
There's clear the debts of America first before you clear these student loan debts. That's how I feel. And I know people like, well, he don't even got student loans. I don't. I don't have a student loans. I might have a book loan. I think there was a book I ain't returned or some shit. But I'm not so much expecting someone to forgive my student loan when there's a billion other things going on that's way more important than the education that I was able to pay for with a loan. When there's people out there can't even pay for education.
See, that's the thing. Like I see it from that perspective, but he gave so much money to businesses where I feel like that shouldn't even be an issue. You know what I mean? I feel that.
I mean, it was an issue because our small businesses got money. It was an issue.
That's what I'm saying. It's small businesses and big businesses got money from this whole COVID thing.
There's a lot of people that shouldn't have got money.
Shouldn't have got money, and I feel like, you know what I mean. The college thing was his part of his main thing for the campaign. You know, as far as even with Black people with the with the different laws we've been trying to get passed, bills we're trying to get passed, he's not he's not living up to that right now. I know it
But
hasn't
like
been.
I said,
It hasn't
he
been.
did. He didn't say for everybody, as far as I know.
But I mean, how this is how I look at it. So we have Afghanistan people coming over here. They don't have to be vaccinated. All this other stuff. You know, Asian folks got they got their law passed for them. You know what I mean? And so black people been marching and all this other kind of stuff for all these years, but we can't even get a bill passed that we've been asking to get passed. And then as far as the student loan, they'll use that as advertisement for your campaign. You know what I mean? And then also with the student loan, I think you have to pay, like you have to already been putting a certain amount of payments on your student loan to actually have it forgiven. But for student loans, you gotta, from my understanding, you have to be working like at a nonprofit or something like that in order for your, at least when I looked into it, you have to be working for a nonprofit in order to be forgiven for it. But my thing is the extension with the no interest. Like I would just say keep it extended. I'm not even saying, I mean, I still believe in student forgiveness, but the extension right now, I think there should have been, I think it could have been extended longer.
Yeah,
It's all, that's really what I'm
I
saying.
agree with that. It wasn't long enough.
No, because people are still catching up. There's still people that owe rent. You know what I mean? There's still people that got credit back, the credit card bills. They still trying to get food. They still trying to do all this other kind of stuff. But Louis Vuitton prices went up $200, $300.
But here's the thing: the same people complaining about their student loans took their unemployment, their grant money, their PPP loan money, and went and bought Louis Vuitton.
Okay, so here's that.
As we know a lot of us was not thinking about student loans when, you know what I'm saying, when that money started rolling through. They was not thinking about, oh, let me pay off this credit card or that credit card or this and that, bitch. No. Did you know what I said? I said, let me go buy me some lights, bitch. AT&T gonna have to wait. They're gonna have to motherfucking wait, bitch.
I mean, look, this how I feel. If you getting money, take care of your business, but there's nothing wrong with having pleasure along with it.
Yeah, of course. But like, you take care of your business too, though, or at least half of it.
At least take care of your business.
Like,
there's so many rich white people in this world that got money from, you know, killing enslaved Africans. So like if somebody wants to buy a fucking Louis Vuitton bag and they got $3,000, fucking buy the Louis Vuitton bag. There's niggas out here, there's white people out here that got money from blood money. So I don't really feel bad when people in the poor communities want to get a little luxury and that's what they spent their money on. Okay.
Oh, I don't either. But when your children's not fed, honey,
well, I mean, that's a different story. You know, take care of your business.
Take care, like you say, take care of your business, and then you know what I'm saying. And then things that it's like, oh, prioritize. Okay, well, I know I can push this back. I don't have to pay for this right now, but I can take care of that next year. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a little wiggle room to splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But some people, they just, because for instance, bitch, you got people, they got 6 degrees. Them took student loans on all of them. And now you say, I don't know, you want to go somewhere and teach yoga at a wellness center. But you want us, mind you, or not us, but you want the government and our taxpayers and everything else to pay off your student loans. Mm-hmm. But the job that you got your degrees in, you probably could have paid your student loans off with the career choice that you made ages ago. Mm-hmm. But instead you said, I don't want to be an engineer or a doctor or a psychiatrist, or which I'm not mad at. Do what you want to do. But at the same time, you build up all this debt to not even utilize what you made the debt for. Right. So it's kind of like, it's hard to kind of differentiate with that between who's really worthy of being forgiven for their debt when it comes to student loans. Right. And who doesn't. This is how I feel. Just make education free from now on. Make everybody shut up about student loans. Bitch, sorry, you missed out. You should have been born in this era, but you wasn't. Hey, now you know, as the future goes on, at least the people behind you, that you know they're going to get free education. I'm behind that more than anything because I know what that would do when it comes to just education as a whole and as just America as a whole.
Right.
Getting free education. You know what I'm saying? If we're able to go to college for free, it's like, well, shit, I got all these student loans, but at least my baby or my grandbaby, I don't have to worry about nothing. They're going to go to college, they can get a good degree, etc., blah, 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 blah. And I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? If anything, invest more money and perspectives into those things, because at some point, yeah, it's a lot of things we need to take care of the past, but we're still focused on taking care of so much of the past that they're still not being forward thinking for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can still reparations, all that stuff. We need that shit. But at the same time, what things are you implementing in that's going to continue to ensure that these certain perspectives will remain? Because, bitch, by the time we spend up all our reparations, and next thing you know, 100 years from now, we back in slavery again. You know what I'm saying? Because of something that wasn't instilled or put into place or perspective or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just, you know, my perspective when it comes to just all of that. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, like I said, little Susie Q, who had 5 degrees and decided to teach yoga at a wellness center, does not need her student debts forgiven. Bitch, you better go out there and use that motherfucking degree.
Right.
Because, you know, it ain't just, because think about it. A lot of us, we ain't even get to college. So a lot of the student debt ain't even from us. We didn't even get the opportunities to even get into college, to even accumulate student debt.
Right.
So, you know, it's kind of, that's what I say, it's kind of hard to determine. Yeah, fucking Peter, whoever, went to fucking Yale. You know what I'm saying?
But you
and
know,
not doing shit.
Community colleges and stuff like that owe money if they didn't get that financial aid, because you know there's people who want to go to school. You know what I mean? Like, I went to junior college first, and I went to a university. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like when I went to school, I was paying $800 to share a room, and it was 2 rooms, 4 roommates. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco's expensive. But I also feel like, you know, you go to school, you do what they tell you to go to school, and then when you get out, like you're not necessarily working in that field because then you need to gain the experience. You know what I mean? And so also depending on like when you get a job, you know, you still gotta take care of your business and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely feel like as far as this student loan payments, I'm not. My main thing is just keep it extended for another year. What's wrong with that? Like we extended for a year, do 1 more year. What's wrong? What's that gonna hurt? You know what I mean? I feel like so many people with money got money, so and they not struggling for nothing. So I'm not talking about the people who went to Yale. I'm more so speaking for us.
Yeah.
School and their parents couldn't pay for their school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm speaking about. It's, you know, them other people that went to Yale and they had this or whatever. Like I ain't talking
about. But that's the thing though, because when all the money or whatever runs out, how do you determine who's deserving of it or not? Because the same person that went to Yale, they still gonna get the forgiveness too. You know what I'm saying? So like they would like it, to me, it needs to be something implemented in somewhere, a case by case scenario, because everybody don't deserve to get their student loan forgiven.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, the rules is you have to already been making a certain amount of payments on your loan. And you know, you gotta be the type of job that you're working too. And you know, for us in the entertainment, you don't really need a college degree to do that. So you're not just working a job that's gonna qualify
pay the bills.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with me, I got mine in speech communications and dance, and I use my degree, but in a way that more so the skills and the training. You know what I mean?
Versus the actual physical paper degree. Like, oh, you hired me specifically because this paper says this. No, I booked this job because I have these skills that I gained from gaining this degree. But you don't give a shit about the paper. You give a fuck about the real time interaction. What can I do in real time? Not because that's half the time. There's people walking around with degrees, bitch. It's like, well, how did you get this? It's like they don't even know how they made it through. Like, you know, it's like, bitch, I don't know. I just know I graduated. You know, I wouldn't pay. You know, it's a lot of people like that said, bitch, I don't remember shit that I learned. From, you know, it's like, bitch, I don't know. But you got a degree, I know, and that was the job. I just did it to get the degree. Or I got the scholarship and I just needed I had to just make a certain amount of grades to keep the money coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you know what I mean? We'll see how this goes. But you know, we still got the Omarion or Omicron or whatever the fuck is now. And I went to a Louis store because I was looking at this bag. I was like, you know, that I can save it for. And that bag went up for $300. I'm like, damn, y'all went up $300. They're like, oh yeah, we sometimes do that.
It's the holidays too.
They're like, we do that every couple years. I'm like, but you decide to do that now? They're like, they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, they were basically like, bitch, you're not in their budget. They don't care.
They don't care.
Honey, extra $300 is pennies to them.
Right. And that could be taxes. See, I was looking at something. This is the thing about with luxury and name brands and stuff like that. You know, I was looking at this documentary comparing like Louis and Gucci and all of that, like to Egyptians and the designs they had in their hieroglyphics and how these major name brands took those designs and then put their logo on it and they selling it to us. And they basically selling us unless you specifically know exactly which tribe and what part of the continent you coming from, it's still Black people. You know what I mean? So that stuff baffles me all the time. You know what I say? Like, let's go to the museums and give back all the people they shit that y'all stole from. That's what
I tell you, there won't be no museums if that was the case. If they did that,
I mean, that would be fair. Give the stuff back to the people if it was stolen. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we talking about education. I want to give a shout out to Miss Kim Kardashian. So, you know, she passed the baby bar.
Yep, her 4th time.
It's her 4th time. She said she failed 3 times. I was like, dang, girl. But I understand, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy that she kept, you know, she's really taking this shit seriously. So kudos for her. I know Kanye over here begging her to run back to him.
I wouldn't be, and that right there, just, it's about how you do it. Public displays of affection, like, I'm not, I'm not saying that I knock it, it's cool. It can be cool. But when it's being done in a manipulative way, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm almost trying to put you on the spot to where if you say no, then everybody's going to look at you like, oh, she's so evil and this and that and the other, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't do this. Don't shout my name in your concert, and don't do interviews saying that you want the family back together because you want everybody to see that families can stick together and all this other stuff. And no, don't do all that. You already done told people that she tried to abort your child.
And this whole run back to me, like, how is that even encouraging for her to go back? Run, but what the fuck? I'm running back to you, nigga. Like, run
back to the mental hospital, bitch. That's what's like, no.
Not running, you know. She's trying to live her life, and she dealt with his bipolar ass and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, you know, Kanye is Kanye. You know, I respect Kanye for what he is, but he's still a man. He's still a man, and you know, he's still a person. He's still a human being. And so for him to do all that shit and for her to be over him and having 4 kids and be like, I don't want nothing else to do with you, he had to have put her through the ringer.
Yep. And that's the thing. I'm like, he needs to understand. Sometimes you really do just let a person breathe. You might have to sit through that. You might have to see her with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But you need to allow her to have that. You've realized I put you through enough. You at least deserve to have some type of peace that you can find your own, even if it's with me or not. Because clearly I'm not bringing you peace. So of course I don't want to see you with no one else. Clearly, but I do want to see you be able to make a complete decision for yourself based on your own feelings and emotions, not by me manipulating to feel or be a certain type. Like Kanye give me the one that he's the type, he'll have all the kids be writing notes to mommy and singing songs to mommy and daddy said this and daddy said that, playing messenger and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's not love. That's when things become an obsession. Love is being able to just sit back and say, you know what? I fucked up. But if I truly love you, if it's real, then you're going to run back to me, not because I sing it to you in a concert. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, I put you through hell. Hey, you deserve some peace. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You deserve some peaceful dick. For real.
I like that.
You fucking me with all that bipolar energy, bitch, giving it to me. I need some dick that's peaceful and happy and just goofy, and that's what she got right now. She got her some goofy dick. He is carefree. He is chill. He don't give a. He's just, she's like, she probably just want to have fun. Kanye, that's like babysitting.
Yeah.
You can't just let your guard down. She got 4 kids and him. That's 5. Like she can just not be a regular person and just kind of sit back and say, you take the lead. You can't let him take the lead. Right. You don't know where the fuck you're going to end up, bitch. No. So I'm not, and you know what? Not to say this, but he's probably part of the reason she wasn't passing the bar.
True.
It's so interesting how all of a sudden now it's like, bing, she passed the bar.
Right. Yep. That is very true.
But it's kind of hard to focus when at any moment you're getting a phone call and you don't know what your husband has said, did, or such or whatever. You got to be on guard. You know what I'm saying? So It's like that's stressful to think about on top of everything else. You're trying to do the bar, but at the same time, this man is going out here telling all y'all business and having episodes and supporting Trump. And you're trying to study for the bar during all of this process. I don't think people realize during all of that stuff, she was trying to study and pass the bar.
While having 4 kids plus him.
While having 5 kids, bitch, 5 including him. Including him.
And a business.
And a business. And this and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And she was robbed. You know what I mean?
And you was robbed. You had that shit. Just so much. It's a lot. It's a lot. So you will want to at least be able to come home to something stable.
Right. You want to come home to something safe.
Just just like for real, you want to come home to something stable. It can, bitch, honey, your house is not stable because the foundation is, and that's the ground foundation. If everybody, if the rest of no, the mentality. So there has to be a stable mentality in there, especially if they're supposed to be a head of the household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If a man can't be the head of the household for a strong woman and make it difficult for her, she's only going to resent him.
Yep. Exactly.
That doesn't mean she doesn't love him, but she'll definitely resent. And that's the thing with like relationships. When we talk about relationships, is that when you get in a relationship and you got issues, your partner is not supposed to take on all your issues. Your partner is supposed to be there to uplift you so you can deal with your issues. Yep. You have to deal with your issues. And I feel like a lot of men, especially since they have men, in society are told not to cry and all this other kind of stuff. They got all this pent up emotion. And then if they don't have a good relationship with their father or their mom, or, the mom had to be a single mom or whatever. So they're missing, a lot of mothers who are single mothers with boys, some of them are like kind of hard on their boys and then they're gentle with them. I see that, that kind of manipulation. And so like with girls and their mom, like their mom wants the girl to be the helper. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They want the girl to help her with the dishes, help her with the cleaning, help them with the kids, help them with this, like with boys, it's like they could do what they want, but then it's like, okay, I got to be hard on you so you listen and pay attention. But then it's like, oh, my son. So it's like all these emotions. And then when they get in a relationship, they want their woman to be like how their mama was. And that's where things get messed up.
Yeah.
And it goes vice versa too. You know what I mean? And then it goes all relationships with humans. The main thing is that, your partner is not supposed to be there for you to just lay all your stuff on them, and then they just pick it up and you just go and chill. Like, you just dump all your shit and then they're just supposed to clean it up every time you fuck up. That's not how you keep a strong relationship. And I think people getting relationships confused on what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because they feel that, but it's like you have to also be in a space to where you understand that even though you're in a relationship, all of your problems is not your partner's problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So it's not meant everything. It's like, bitch, just like, okay, so babe, what you gonna do about that? You're not gonna help me? No, bitch, that's your problem. Like, not saying I support you in whatever decisions you make, but I'm not making it for you.
Right. I'm not making
Like, whatever you say, yay or nay, I will be right here being like, all right, well, babe said nay, but I'm not saying nay for you or yay.
Right.
And I'm not finna get so involved to the point, because then you start becoming handicapped, because every time something comes up, then you're running to me and expect me to fix the problem. And I'm like, no, especially when it's something that could easily be fixed. Before you even bring it to my attention and stress me the fuck out. What solutions did you figure out today? Like, other than me being the solution. Well, you are the solution. No, I'm not the solution. I am not the solution. At all.
Nope. And that's too much. Like, and then as Scorpios, we're nurturing people. So I feel like I attract a lot of people that, need to be nurtured. And so it's okay to want to be nurtured, but you still got to get up, and that's supposed to uplift you and get you on with your day. Not you sit around and waiting for me to come back to nurture you. Nurturing, you go on by your business and do what you need to do, and once you go take care of your business, you get some more nurturing. But I don't understand that. But I know, I mean, I'm the oldest of 7 kids, so I had to
actually, you were already that perspective, because you were basically raising your brothers and sisters. So you can't help but step yourself. I'm an only child, so I'm a little different. I'm very compassionate, and I mean, it's one and the same, because I didn't have those aspects. It's like I don't mind doing it because I wasn't drained as a child and a young adult, and as an adult having to take care of anybody else. So I have a little bit more energy to spare. But even then, I'm like, okay, now, like, like, I'm like, all right, it's time to, it's like having a dog. Bitch, I understand that we've been out here walking for miles, and it's like, okay, pick me up. I'm not picking you up every time.
Right.
Bitch, you better walk. I gotta walk. So. Or it's like a child. A child, they always arms in the air. You put them down, they want to go back up. No, you need to no.
You
need to walk.
Up and you need to walk. Okay, I think I fixed my camera.
Oh, it just switched perspective.
Yeah, you see me?
I've been seeing you the whole time.
Yeah, I know, but I had to rehook my web camera. I got my web camera that makes it even more HD. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, got you.
So speaking of this, like, we're talking about Biden, we're talking about Kim now. Did you see that Travis Scott interview with Charlamagne the God? They had an interview.
I didn't watch it. I seen it come up, and then I just kept moving. I heard a little bit, and I kept moving. I'm like, I don't really have much to say on that, because I'm just like, look, it happened. It is what it is. You have no choice but to just, it is what it is. It happened, bruh. Like, you have to take responsibility, which he is. It's just the compassionate part people aren't feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. No one, your fans, they don't know production team. They don't know your manager. They don't know. The only person they know is you. You're their point of contact, perspective, whatever, when they think about this shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
We know in the industry that we don't have control of a lot of things.
Right.
But you also being an artist and also being a fan at one point of an artist should be able to understand how the fans feel.
Right.
And you not having lack of and I'm not gonna say he's not have lack of compassion. It almost feels like he's in a space like he's on autopilot. Almost like
Yeah.
that's how it looks. It's like he doesn't really know how to react, almost as if he's still in a disbelief. And not just because of what happened, but because of probably he's self-reflecting about his behavior during the show. Like I can imagine sitting here watching people literally pass out and be, fucking people pushed over, and then I'm just like, fuck that or whatever, and I'm still going. Like he has to continue to see those images every day in his head, I'm sure.
But
So
there are also images of him stopping. I feel like people are not like in the interview, because I watched the interview and I didn't feel like he was all the way prepared with the things that he was saying. So I was kind of like, you need to be a little bit more prepared. You know what I mean? What you were saying, because it's almost like he just kept saying. One thing I will say that I like that he said is that he's going to be more involved with what the professionals are doing.
yeah.
Meaning, I need to see what's the security, what's the this, what's the that. And I feel like, us being artists, we both run a business, you know what I mean? And we know that it takes a lot to take care of all the logistics and shit. You know what I mean? And when you're an artist and you sign to a record label, you're depending on that record label and your team and all that to have all that shit together. But I've also always been a person, like, if your name is on that, you know what I mean? Your name is going to be the first thing ridiculed. Your name is going to be the first thing people blame. You know what I mean? So you need to make sure that all your shit is together. And I know artists they just thinking about the art. You know what I mean? So I like that he said that I want to be more involved in what the professionals do. And also he was saying that, like, in his ear, they told him what was going on, but they didn't give him all the specifics. You know what I mean? As far as when to stop the show and all this other kind of stuff. And he didn't really have control of all of that, but I am happy that he's taking some responsibility, but I still am not going to blame him for all of this, because security should have been on point in a certain type of way. The people who were running the show should have stopped the show. And but like you said, the fans don't want to hear that. They don't know about production. They don't understand that. But
they don't understand that. They think that whatever you say goes.
Yeah, no, it don't.
You could easily be. He could have been like, "Wow, that's too many people." They're gonna be like, "Okay, whatever. Well, this is what we're doing." So
this is what we're doing. So I like that he said that he wants to, have a better hand in what the professionals do, and I think all artists should do that now. You know what I mean? Because it's like we in different times right now. We got social media. People, got they phones and all this other kind of stuff. You got to be careful.
He also offered to do Coachella for free, and they told him no.
I don't. When is Coachella? I don't know if it's ready for
next year.
Okay.
Sometime.
He gonna be back at some point.
That's what I think. Honestly, he don't need to do anything. He needs to sit a good amount of time out, because no one's trying to see you right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one, after what happened, no one's trying to see you. Even if it is for free, you're not getting paid to do the show, because they're still paying to go to Coachella. So that's doing nothing for the fans.
Right.
And and don't believe that you're in such a space that they would actually want to come see you right now. I'm sure, there's people that want to see him, but performing doesn't need to be his focus. His focus, in my opinion, whether they want the help or not, is showing every single person that was affected by this, families, whatever, individuals, whoever, anybody that was affected, all he needs to be doing right now is just basically showing how much he cares and how much they mean to him. I don't know what that is you got to do. Like, they might not accept it. Send everybody a little bit of money. Everybody needs some money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something. anything that you could think of every day, saying I'm sorry. It takes you to say I'm sorry every single day until people get tired of hearing it. You know, like that's what people need to see. They need to feel and know that you're truly like being compassionate about what happened. Because it's not reading in the interviews the way it should. And I'm not saying he's not compassionate, because people act. I can't say how I would act if something like that happened to me. I can't say like that I would be able, because I'm not a person to cry at all. It's rare for me to cry. So if all society was expecting me to be bawling and in tears, they would not really get that from me. You know what I'm saying? But I still know how to convey compassion. I know how to let people know and feel that I'm sorry. And everybody, like I say, everybody expresses things in different ways. So he needs to just keep doing that. He needs to keep letting people know that, hey, like I said, whatever it is you got to do, maybe start an organization or some type of something that where it will keep people, keep this from happening again. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something you experienced firsthand. So maybe you need to start advocating for these type of things, for big events, that advocating to make sure that everyone has things, or you know what I'm saying, some type of, you know how we have like Dancers Alliance or whatever, figure out some type of something to where that that these things will be put in place, certain perspectives will be done the right way that they need to be. Focus on that. Focus on, because you can't change the past, you can only change. So how are you going to keep, clearly we know how you're going to keep this from happening moving forward. You said that, but it needs to be go beyond that. You're as big as he is. People are going to expect whatever he does to be just as big as his name is.
Right.
You know, offering to pay for a funeral. Ain't nobody out here like celebrity status. $4,000, $5,000 funeral, maybe $10,000 at the most. Yes, it's helpful, but ain't nobody out here having no $1 million funeral. So that's not really doing anything for these families who've lost their loved ones, that you pretty much just threw them 7 G's. You know, it's an amazing gesture, yes, but you're bigger than paying for someone's funeral. You know what I'm saying? You're on a way bigger scale than that. That's not, people have life insurance. It's like, well, shit, life insurance is paying for this. So I'm not even, so it's not doing anything. It's being able to see the remorse, being constantly over and over and over again. Like, until people just, they don't even care. Even the people that went through the shit, they're like, damn, I wish he would stop talking about it. Because there's always going to be one person that needs to hear it.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be apologizing for a while.
And he need to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because people, for a while is not a lifetime. People are gone forever. Like they're literally gone forever. People will never see their family again forever. So
this is gonna, I'm interested to see how this is gonna be in the next 5 years. Well, the next 3 years, really.
I mean, there's so many other things like Chris Brown. We don't talk about it no more. It happened.
He still went through so much shit. Like he
went through a lot of shit, but at the same time, it affected him for a season.
I don't know. I think it has affected his whole career. After that thing with Rihanna, I feel like Chris would have been higher. I feel like we would have seen him.
I mean, he would have been higher, but it almost don't get it still don't get no higher than him right now. Still.
I just think
when it comes to R&B artists, he is that artist. It's Chris Brown.
He kept pushing his brand. But I mean, I feel like he would have been hosting shit. We probably would have seen him acting on some other shit. We would have seen him more commercially. A lot of things, from what I understand, he's been doing on his own. So when you're doing it on your own, you don't always can reach all of that. I mean, he's still Chris Brown, but I feel that once that stuff happened with him and Rihanna, he's still.
But this one, so I'm gonna put it like this: Chris Brown versus Kathy Griffin. When she did that Donald Trump thing, now her career, she's just now. So that's why I look at it. He didn't have to struggle the way she had to struggle. mental issues, thinking about committing suicide. Like, not saying he might have not had none, but he was struggling with banks. He was still booking jobs. He was still doing tours. She literally was ostracized from the entire community. She didn't beat nobody up.
That's crazy that that's what happened, and everybody like talks about Trump the way they do now.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, it hurt him, but it didn't take away his livelihood. You're talking about just better opportunities where he could have been bigger. He is the biggest as it is already. So, maybe he would have been Michael Jackson status, like, whatever. But he's pretty much right under that,
Yeah,
versus somebody like her.
I still think I agree with you on that, but I still think Chris Brown has a negative like thing over him because
no, he does. That still is like it's still a thing. It's a cloud. It will never. The only way it will go away, which if it ever went away, it will have to be so far from now to where it's like really the younger generations who weren't here or around to either comprehend what happened or to even witness it. Like, we witnessed the shit. We seen it. We saw the war show, and then we heard what happened right after. It was national news.
Right. And something
real time. We don't get that no more. Back then, when shit happened, it was real time. Right then, it happened an hour ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or it's literally, it happened 20 minutes ago, and now we're here and we're in the moment. Now we kind of hear about stuff way later, or like, it's like, or we might hear about it, but when it's like that shit was like all the channels, every single channel turns to that. Like, we don't do that no more. Ain't nobody who watching TV like that no more. We don't have that. So the impact is way different than what it was for us. Like when Rodney King, everybody was watching that. Everybody. I'm all the way in the South. We watching it. Like, what the hell is going on? Like almost real time. When Whitney Houston died, real time. Michael Jackson, real time. Like, it was just like boom. You know what I'm saying? But the effects now is different. People, they got to catch it on Twitter.
Right. That's
true. They don't know what the fuck going on unless
we're not watching regular television anymore.
We're not getting them boom, 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 something broadcast, like blah, 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 the little color screen and shit. We're not getting that. The only thing we're getting is Amber Alerts. That is it. True. That is closest we get to some collective emergency shit. Is an Amber Alert.
Damn.
Anything else that's going on in the world, we gotta hear about it. Bitch, you didn't hear what happened 3 days ago? Oh no.
No, bitch.
In your own town, you didn't hear what happened 3 days ago. Oh, like, shit. Oh, and the Citizen app. That's the only other thing that's gonna keep you now. The Citizen app is too real for me, bitch. It tell me what's going right around the corner.
Oh, I haven't seen the Citizen app.
Oh, girl, don't get on it. That shit gonna freak you out. Man running with machete, stabbing individuals 0.02 miles away. You be like, it's too real for me. And Koreatown, bitch, it be going down over there.
Oh, I know it be going down over there.
It be going down in Korea. I be like, damn, I'm like, I just literally got off the sidewalk from 7-Eleven. Now you telling me somebody just got stabbed at the 7-Eleven? I was literally just there. Like, it's interesting.
I keep getting messages like on Ring. If you have a Ring, the app, if you're on Neighborhood Watch, I get alerts all the time with what's going on in the neighborhood. So that part, I definitely get that. But we're living in this interesting time where people are on this NFT and all that stuff. All I say to people, just invest and save your money. You know what I mean? And enjoy yourself. But we still have to enjoy ourselves. And I say that because I have been a hardworking woman for a very long time. And
yes,
I wouldn't go shopping. I wouldn't do I do like little things here and there, you know what I mean? But everything was all about my business and my bills. You know what I mean? And at this point, with everything that went down with COVID, it's like you can't take your bills with you. You can't take your business with you. But you can take your memories. I mean, well, after I don't know, but I'm just saying those memories. That's what you get what I'm saying? Like, at least you can feel like you enjoyed yourself. You enjoyed your life. So I feel like people are trying to get to that part, but there's so much confusion, PTSD, and all that other stuff. And we got the Matrix, we living in the Matrix. And then the dating scene, I can't even talk about the dating scene. It's horrible. And I'm not even out there dating, but I definitely hear stories. And everybody,
you hear the stories. It is not.
Trixie, get down. It's not the business. They about to have NFTs, boyfriends and girlfriends. Like
That part, okay?
Demolition bed with the headpieces and shit. That part.
That's funny.
Right. Well, y'all heard it over here on the Red Light Special Live. You know, I'm your host, Yamina LeJean, and here's your co-host, Apollo Sadiq. Trina's not here this week. She'll be back in next week.
She booked and blessed.
She booked and blessed. Booked and blessed. Booked and busy. You know, we keeping it cute over here. You guys have any questions or any type of topics you would like us to talk about? You know, we're covering pop culture, and we're also talking about relationships and tips, and we will be having guests on for 2022. And if you like to be a guest, you can DM me on Yamina LeJean, visit the website, or you can go to Art of LeJean DM. We are also going to be talking about more about our businesses. Oh yeah, and shout out to you. You just had an event, the Pussy Empowerment event at your spot at House of Ghetto Stiletto. So if you guys sit in Ghetto, renting some space for your production, holla at Apollo Sadiq, DM him, and he'll give you all the information. Okay, we over here trying to spread love, spread business, make this money, create generational wealth, but create wealth for ourselves while we're here. Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So we doing what we got to do. Well, thank y'all. We will be back next week, and we are out. Ciao. Sex, love, and relationships with tips you don't want to miss. Keeping it sassy with all the swag. Don't you want to kiss? Wednesday hump day, we're making it a fun day. You don't have to hit it rough. From the West Coast to the East Coast, let me see you throw it up. Stop by, drop a like, and we'll say what's up.